ओके, तो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे चैप्टर ऑन मास मीडिया एंड कम्युनिकेशन। तो हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट इज मास मीडिया? तो answer: the mass includes a wide variety of forms, including television, newspaper, films, magazine, advertisement, video games, and CDs. They are referred to as mass media because they reach mass audience comprised of very large number of people. They are also referred to as mass communication. So, mass media इसे इसलिए कहा जाता है क्योंकि ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा audience तक पहुंचाया जा सकता है. We can reach our audience easily through this. Whether it is from television, through television, newspaper, films, magazines, advertisement, video games or CDs. तो हम इससे अपनी ऑडियंस ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मास ऑडियंस की तरफ पहुंचते हैं. That's why it's called mass media. What is the meaning of term infotainment? So mass media not only provides day-to-day information news to the people, but also fulfill the need and taste of all, including entertainment. This practice of media is called infotainment. तो infotainment जैसे कि हमें सुन के ही पता चल रहा है कि ये दो वर्ड्स का मिक्सचर है, इंफॉर्मेशन प्लस एंटरटेनमेंट, कि आपको आपकी डे टू डे इंफॉर्मेशन भी मिल रही है एंड यू आर ऑल्सो गेटिंग एंटरटेन्ड. Why did Nehru call a watchdog of democracy? Democracy and freedom are meaningless unless and until people have the freedom to express their opinions. Freely media is a media of expressing our views, opinion freely. So Nehru told media a watching of democracy. So we know what is democracy. Democracy means freedom. Uh, it is for the people, by the people. Okay. तो इसमें जो मीडिया का जो बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है, बिकॉज डिफरेंट लोगों के अलग अलग ओपिनियंस होते हैं, ये उन्हें फ्रीडम प्रोवाइड करता है कि वो अपने व्यूज ओपिनियंस को जाहिर करे, एक्सप्रेस कर सके थ्रू दिस मीडियाज. दैट्स व्हाई नेहरू ने मीडिया को एक वॉचडॉग बताया डेमोक्रेसी का. ओके. क्वेश्चन 4, हाउ इज मास मीडिया अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर एवरीडे लाइफ? Mass media is an essential part of our daily life because people start the day with newspaper or listening radio or watching television. The youth checks the missed calls or SMS on their cell phones every morning. So mass media जो है वो हमारे जिंदगी का एक essential, बहुत ही ज़रूरी पार्ट बन गया है. Because जब भी हम अपना डे स्टार्ट करते हैं, either we use our phone or we read newspaper or listen to the radio. Well, आजकल रेडियो कोई सुनता नहीं है, but still we it is an essential part of our life now. In what way have transnational television companies adapted to Indian audience? The transnational television companies like Star TV, MTV, Sony, and other have deeply impacted Indian culture, identity. They are provided the familiar stuff to the audience in Hindi and other regional language. तो ऐसे ही हमारे इंडियन कल्चर को भी इन मीडिया से बहुत इम्पैक्ट पड़ा है. Highlight the potential of FM channel in a post-liberalized India. Okay. Post-liberalized means after liberalized India. There is a great demand for local news and songs in regional language. Local people love listening to FM channels like Radio Mirchi, Red FM, Radio City, etc. तो लोकल न्यूज़पेपर या फिर सॉन्ग्स इन रीजनल एरिया में जो भी लोकल लोग हैं, दे लव टू लिसन टू द एफएम. जैसे फेमस एफएम के नाम यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं, रेडियो मिर्ची, रेड एफएम एंड रेडियो सिटी. Channel plays on the mobile and in vehicle stereo system. It is a suitable medium for people on the go. Okay. What were the reason for amazing growth in India? India language newspaper. there is an increase in the literate population, and most of them migrate to the cities for job. People of Bihar and UP prefer Hindi newspaper. Newspaper is giving local level content. People of different regions feel more empowered and participating than ever before. Newspaper gives the expression. तो पता है there is an increase in the literate population. तो पढ़े लिखे लोगों की जो है आबादी बढ़ रही है, पढ़े लिखे हैं ज़्यादातर लोग, एंड बिहार एंड यूपी के लोग जो भी है दे प्रेफर टू रीड हिंदी न्यूज़पेपर. तो न्यूज़पेपर जो है हिंदी न्यूज़पेपर, दे they just try to make them feel more empowered and make participation ज़्यादा हो गया है. State the impact of globalization on mass media. तो globalization से mass media में क्या क्या impact आया है? Change in the globalization has brought about on क्या क्या changes आया? सबसे पहले the print media, newspaper and magazines. B, electronic media, जिसमें television होता है. C, radio. Question 9. What do you understand by soap opera? Soap opera are stories that are serialized. तो soap opera का मतलब आप क्या समझते हैं? तो soap operas are stories that are serialized. They are continuous. Individual stories may come to an end and different character appears and disappear, but the soap itself has no ending until it is taken off the air completely. Soap operas presume a history which the regular viewers knows. He or she becomes familiar with the character, with their personality and their life experience. Okay, they are like serialized story. जैसे भी होता है, हम एक कैरेक्टर से फेमिलियर हो जाते हैं बिकॉज उसके पर्सनालिटी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हमसे मिलते हैं एंड वी स्टार्ट एक्सपीरियंसिंग देयर लाइफ. What change has been bought by the technology in newspaper industry? New technologies have helped boost the production and circulation in newspaper, but become of the increasing use of internet, people prefer to read the news online rather than buy hard copy. तो टेक्नोलॉजी ने भी न्यूज़पेपर इंडस्ट्री में कुछ चेंजेस किए हैं. जैसे नाउ डेज ज़्यादातर लोग फ़ोन से ही न्यूज़ पढ़ लेते हैं, या थ्रू सोशल मीडिया दे गेट टू नो कि क्या क्या हो रहा है कंट्री में. तो आजकल लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फ़ोन से न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने लगे rather than buying a newspaper, hard copy of newspaper. In what way advertisement and technology lead to revolutionary changes in global communities? Okay, so some homes, many offices have multiple links to the outside world, such as telephones, cell phones, fax, digital TV, emails, and internet. This has brought a revolution in communities. Global travels and business have also greatly increased. तो जैसा कि हम जानते हैं, ग्लोबल कम्युनिटीज में भी बहुत बड़ा रेवोल्यूशन आया थ्रू सेल फोन्स. ये सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज की वजह से, टेलीफोन हो, सेल फोन हो, फैक्स हो, ईमेल्स हो, व्हाटएवर, इसमें भी बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट आया है. डिस्कस द एमरजेंस ऑफ मास मीडिया इन इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया. ओके, जवाहरलाल नेहरू, द फर्स्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टर, called upon the media to function as the watchdog of democracy. जैसे कि हमने ऊपर पढ़ा कि डिफरेंट लोग अपने ओपिनियन और अपने व्यू पॉइंट्स रख सकते हैं, इसलिए नेहरू जी ने मीडिया को एज अ वॉचडॉग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी डिक्लेयर किया था. The media was expected to spread the spirit of self-reliance and national development among the people. The media was seen as a mean to inform the people of the various developmental efforts. The media was also encouraged to fight oppressive social practices like untouchability, child marriage, and ostracism of widows, as well as beliefs of okay, should be witchcraft. witchcraft, and faith healing. A rational scientific ethos was to be promoted for the building of a modern industrial society. The film division of the government produced न्यूज रील ओके तो मीडिया की वजह से बहुत चीजें सही भी हुई है जैसे जो ऑपरेसिव सोशल प्रैक्टिसेस थी जैसे अनटचेबिलिटी चाइल्ड मैरिज या बाकी सब documentaries which were shown before the screening of films in every movie theater document process directed by the state. Okay. 13 describe the emergence of print media in India. Okay, print media को describe करना है की print media की emergence कैसे हुई इंडिया में. The beginning of print media as its role in both spread of the special reform movement and the import. After the independence, the print media continued to share a general approach of being a partner in the task of nation building by taking up development issues as well as giving voice to the wildest section of people. तो जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वाइडेस्ट सेक्शन सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ा सेक्शंस जो है उन्हें वॉइस देना ये भी प्रमोट किया. द ग्रेवेस्ट challenge that media faced was with the declaration of emergency in 1975 and censorship of the media. Fortunately, the period ended and democracy was restored in 1977. India, with its many problems, can be justifiably proud of free media. तो पहले तो 1975 में सेंसरशिप थी कि आप ये नहीं दिखा सकते लेकिन in 1977 it restored its democracy. India restored its democracy and now it is proud to be a free media. How is the mass responsible for bridging the gap between rural and urban areas? What is its effect? Okay, तो mass कैसे रिस्पॉन्सिबल है अर्बन और रूरल एरियाज में गैप बनाने के लिए. द मास मीडिया इज डायरेक्टली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ब्रिजिंग द गैप between rural and urban areas. Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of independent India, called upon the media to work as the watching of democracy. हमने पढ़ा the mass media also seen as an effective means to inform the rural and urban population of the different development schemes. तो मास मीडिया की वजह से अर्बन पॉपुलेशन और जो रूरल पॉपुलेशन है उनको भी अलग अलग डेवलपमेंट स्कीम्स के बारे में पता चला. In 1960s, during the period of the Green Revolution, All India Radio undertook a gigantic countryside campaign to popularize this revolution. Television and print media also bridged up or narrowed the gap between the rural and urban areas to great extent. Okay. तो जब 1916 में ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन आया तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को थ्रू मीडिया पता चला और ये कैंपेन ज़्यादा पॉपुलर हुआ. Discuss the growth and role of print media in India. After independence, the print media continued to share the general approach of being a partner in the task of nation building by taking up development issues as well as giving voice to the widest section of people. Journalism in India used to be regarded as a calling, fired by the spirit of patriotic and social reforms. Idealism, it was able to draw in outstanding talent as the freedom struggle and movement for social change intensified and as new education and career opportunity arose in modernizing society. The transformation of the callings into profession took place over a long period, mirroring the change in character of a newspaper like Hindu from purely societal and public service mission into a business enterprise framed by a societal and public service mission. Okay, next, discuss the difference between mass media and communication. तो अभी हमसे difference पूछ रहा है, what is the difference between mass media and mass communication? Mass media is different from other means of communication, as it requires a formal structure or organization to meet large-scale capital production and management demand. Like any other social instruction. The mass media also varies in structure and content according to different economic, political, and social cultural context. In different point in times, change in the both context, content, and style of media. At other times, market does. At some point, the state has greater role to play. At some times, market does. In India, this shift is very visible in recent times. This change has also led to debate about the role the media ought to play in a modern democracy. Okay. We didn't discuss the status of mass media before and after the advent of globalization. The media have always had international dimensions such as the gathering of news stories and distribution of primary Western films overseas. However, until the 1970s, most media companies operate within specific domestic markets in accordance with regulation from national government. The media industry was also differentiated into distinct sectors for the most part: cinema, print media, radio, and television. Broadcasting also operated independently of one another. Mass media, after advent of globalization in the past 3 decades, however, profound transformation has been placed within the media industry. National market has been way too fluid global market, which new technologies have led to the fusion of forms of media that were one distinct. Okay, how music industry could develop a complex network due to globalization. तो ये तो ज़्यादातर लोगों को पता होगा because it has been argued that the musical forms in one that lends itself to globalization more efficiently than any other. Music industry को globalization के ज़्यादा बढ़ावा मिला है because music is able to reach people who may not know the written and spoken language. uh, आजकल लोग स्पेनिश गाने भी सुनते हैं even though they don't get it what it means but still they enjoy the music. The growth of technology from personal stereo system to music television such as MTV to the compact disc CD has provided newer, more sophisticated way for music to be distributed globally. The global music industry is currently comprised of a complex network of factories, distribution chain, music shops, and sales staff. Discuss the role played by print media in developing awareness among the people of India. So print media ने awareness कैसे develop की तो हमें पता है print media primarily newspaper और magazines के जरिए होता है. The international press presumed to provide the information that molds the opinions of senior policy makers, politicians, academics, and journalists themselves. They are expected to serve as watchdogs over the system of governance, a role traditionally described as that of the fourth estate. The effort of the newspaper has been to widen their audience and reach out to different groups. Segmented interest of reader implies that newspaper must have a plurality of stories to appeal to a wide range of readers that varied interests. This has often led to newspaper advocating infotainment, a combination of information and entertainment to sustain the interest of reader. Production of newspaper is no longer related to the commitment to certain values that embody a tradition. Newspaper have become a consumer product, and as long as numbers are big, everything is up for sale. Thank you.